Oh, wait, on. Hello! Oh, hold on one second. My, nothing. So I went. Yep. Yeah. No. Don't. It's okay. I don't watch anything on this fucking Chrome account or this Firefox account. This is really just. I think I did that for like the Gartic phone stream or something, so that it. Oh, I did a while back, so that it wouldn't fucking have ads everywhere. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Lore-nament. This is me. I'm Innis. This is my friend Zanzin Kazalok. He is a cool boy, and today we're going to be judging who the fuck wins in a fight between a bunch of different people. Let me know if... Actually, wait, Zanzin, can you just, like, talk and then listen to yourself to see how the audio balance is between us?
Yeah, I can do that. I'm
Okay.
gonna speak, and then...
Yeah.
Let's see. When I get to it.
Because I might need to turn you down a little.
I think it sounds fine. You're definitely louder than me.
Okay, cool. Let me just turn you down to zero. No.
No!
But yeah.
Opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. You're just here to be the pretty anime boy next to me. Anyway.
You paid me off.
Yeah, legit. I kidnapped you, and you're now on my stream. But yeah, so basically, premise of this is that VTubers have a lot of lore, or a lot of VTubers have lore, and sometimes it can get pretty fucking wild as far as like what everyone is capable of. Like you'll have like archdemons and angels and gods, and I'm literally right next to a literal god. I'm a wizard. We've got, but then you also sometimes have just like a guy or like a cat girl or something, and it's just like the power disparity is something that I find very interesting, and so today we're going to try to find out who the strongest VTuber is lore accurate wise out of the people who decided to participate, as well as one or two people who did not decide but I voluntold them. But anyway, let's get started. Also, yes, I know the production value is amazing. You didn't need to tell me. I'm very proud of this PowerPoint that I threw together in like the last 40 minutes to set this up. But we have 8 competitors here in a bracket, and we're gonna see how this works out. It's gonna be single elimination, and the way this is gonna work is that Zanzin and I are going to basically, so the way that we could do, we have a couple ways we could go about this. Either we could each end up like vouching for one person and trying to make the case for that person, or we both just analyze both like one at a time. So I don't know which one you would prefer to.
My guess is what we'll do here is we'll go through as we're facing up against them.
Mm.
And we should first look at both contenders and then kind of talk it out and see who would win and why.
Right.
That's what we should do.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like Death Battle, but kind
yeah,
of like that, where it's like you talk about both and then you throw them together in the ring.
Right. Yeah. This is very much inspired by Death Battle and like Super Fight and whatnot. Super Fight is basically Death Battle, the card game, if you're not familiar. But yeah, and so in order to properly assess each competitor, I have asked everyone for a list of abilities, and these are categorized into, using myself as an example, like an offensive strength, or strength, which is used to describe your like offensive capabilities, defense, which is your defensive capabilities, utility, which is just like stuff that is helpful but doesn't necessarily like, protect or attack. And then weaknesses as like what is your downfall. So in my case, I have spells that are really good at like locking people down. I have a lot of arcane barriers and protection spells. I can conjure portals to like teleport through and whatnot, but I can't do any damage with my magic, so I have to like basically just stun lock someone to win, and there's no way in hell I'm actually knocking someone out in the traditional sense, because I am a wizard. I have no strength. I am a weak ass bitch, and I will lose every fist fight possible. But yeah, so we're gonna go through the bracket, and we're gonna try to see how this goes. So you ready, Zanzin?
Hell yeah, I am.
All right, so round one. What do we got? I believe this is Fenvion versus Ferretsu. So
Yeah.
a brief overview. We have Fenvion, who has magic and crossbows, a good like magic physical mix. Can use that offensively and defensively. Can make some magical shields. She can shapeshift, which is interesting as a potential like way to disguise or sneak up or something like that. But with some limitations. And their weakness is that they're incredibly fucking cocky. So they might make some irrational decisions in combat by underestimating their opponent. And to compare against Ferretsu, who is able to teleport, has knives, apparently lots of knives. What I find interesting, and what I haven't seen explained, is the quote-unquote some iterations prefer guns, which makes me wonder if there are, like, clones of this person. But I'm just gonna assume knives, guns, teleportation. And her other abilities are, attraction and grabbing onto stuff. Presumably, like grappling. I don't know if this... I'm gonna guess under defense that this means, like in the mobility sense, not in the, like, grabbing, like, chokeholding someone. But it might be that as well. Maybe she's just good at wrestling. So let's start with Fenvion. The main weakness that Ferretsu has is not having any defensive capability. Like, she's just a glass cannon, but is evasive as hell.
Yeah. Ferretsu gives me the vibes of, like, wants to burst you down.
Right. Yeah, very much like trying to sneak up, burst you down, or maybe even just like chip down while like being super hard, like difficult to hit by just like blinking around.
Yeah.
Now,
if I may, something that kind of stood out to me is that Femvion's primary weakness is underestimating opponents. And if Ferretsu's whole thing is potentially taking advantage of that and bursting it,
right,
it gives Ferretsu a very large advantage, because Femvion could come to this fight just being like, what's going on here? And then she's already down.
Right. The other thing I was thinking is that it'd be really hard to use the crossbow on someone who can teleport. I'm just thinking of, like, Minecraft Enderman.
Yeah.
But, the magic, it's not described, like, what specific... I'm gonna assume, like, general, like, typical wizard magic, so,
yeah,
like, elemental type stuff. And so that could be helpful. The only other thing I can think of is that, shapeshifting might be useful for the sake of, like... So the scenario I'm imagining for any of these fights, the scenario is going to be that both people are in a situation that they are able to exist. So, like, for example, if we had like a mermaid, then it would be on the coast or something like that. Or if we had, like later we'll have someone who relies on like computer stuff, and they'll be in like the situation will allow for that sort of thing. But other than that, it's basically just like a open fight. Like, I guess, like, yeah, so I'm just thinking, like, in theory, if it was like a crowd situation, then Fenvion could maybe, like, use shapeshifting to be hard to find or target. But I think her cockiness might kind of get in the way of that, because like I feel like it'd be like you'd need to try to like it'd be something like, oh shit, they're serious, and then having to like go into action. But as like as a mage with a secondary ranged weapon against someone who can blink in and fucking stab you and apparently grapple, then you're probably going to be at a disadvantage by the time you even realize that you're in a real fight, like you were mentioning.
Yeah. My real thing here is I feel like Feritsu could potentially, just because even if Envion knows she's like fighting this person, she may just be like, this isn't that big of a deal.
Right.
And because Feritsu's whole thing is teleporting in, shanking you, and killing you immediately.
Right.
Envion might not even think to do anything about that, or that it was even a possibility. And theoretically, probably what's going to happen here is that Feritsu's going to almost certainly get the advantage immediately.
Right. And once you're in in range, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, what we need to consider is, what does Femvion have to get out of that disadvantage and turn it around? And while I think the magic shields will help, it seems like Feritsu can just keep going.
Right.
Because the magic shields are only limited for a few seconds, it seems like they're pretty limited.
Just like blink out, blink back, yeah.
I think Feritsu's gonna be able to eventually get a hit in, so I don't think the magic shields help too much. And the magic, if we're assuming it's like typical wizard stuff, I think the best thing we could assume is that Femvion has some sort of crowd control to get Feritsu off of her. But even then, I feel like that's really the only thing we could give Femvion, is that she might be able to get Feritsu off of her.
Yeah.
But whatever weapons I think is mostly useless, like the crossbow, I think it's just not going to hit.
The other thing is, I think that in combination with the sort of like underestimating opponents, Feritsu has like some sort of charm capability. Whether or not that's supernatural, I'm not sure, but that might also like double down on the whole letting your guard down type thing.
Yeah, she might just convince her that she's weak and then shank her.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the Femvion really gives me the vibes of like in MOBA terms of like a ranged DPS, ranged carry type thing. But Feritsu is, in that case, is a hyper-mobile assassin who, if they get on top of you, you're kind of fucked. Especially if you're a squishy mage gunner hybrid. So I think we're gonna have to give this one to Feritsu.
Oops.
Oh, yeah.
I may have accidentally moved a thing. Oopsie.
Oh. So here, let's here, if you're able to move them, because I don't know if I can while presenting. So yeah, just like slot Feritsu up to like the break point, or the next round.
Like that? I have moved it.
Oh, do I have to like hold on? One moment. Do I have to do this? Oh yeah, I do. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to close out this slide, or like undo the slideshow and then like reopen it. There we go. Cool.
Bro.
All right, so we have our round one thing. Next up is me, who we've already gone over, versus Finn. And I chose Finn. Most of these I just sort of randomly distributed. I chose Finn specifically for this round because we were interacting on Twitter earlier today. He posted something of like a pick through of like make your own fighter type thing. It was him like getting ready to do fisticuffs. And he said, oh fuck, I'm gonna lose, aren't I? And then I said, do you want to test that? He's like, are you asking if you want to fight? And I'm like, we'll see. So now we're fighting. Now, here's the thing. Finn is one of those characters that I was talking about where might not be the most capable fighter on the battlefield. So let's just go through his abilities. His strength is that he is sticky. I'm just thinking almost like could do some interesting stuff with that, like grappling and whatnot. his defense is that he can regenerate because people keep eating him, which probably gives you an idea of to how frail he is naturally. Utility is that he's sparkly, which might be a distraction. I don't know if he's sparkly enough to blind people. But I'm gonna assume no, because his weakness is that he is literally made of cotton candy. So...
I have a question for you, good sir.
Uh-huh.
You have the ability to create or store water.
That's what I was thinking. I actually replied to him with the gif, that one gif of like a raccoon trying to wash cotton candy, and then it just like evaporates in the water, or dissolves, and that was like the counter pick. So here's the thing: if there was water nearby, or if I like knew of a nearby location of water, then I could theoretically make a portal to it, and just sort of dump water from there. But giving the benefit of the doubt, I'm gonna assume that no, I can't just instantly end the fight like that.
Okay.
But
The
thing is that if there's any VTuber in this tournament that I would be able to beat just like physically, like in a fight, it would probably be the cotton candy guy. Like,
you're to take solace in that. Like, I can beat up the cotton candy guy.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, just like it's not that's not even like a flex. Just like on weight, like thinking about weight classes, like I weigh roughly like 125 pounds. He probably weighs like 10, if that. And
you just punch him and he floats away.
Yeah, it's like.
Like the thing, like his only like really good thing is his regenerative abilities. But the thing is, you don't deal damage, so he's not regenning anything. You would just like if you're actually like full force fighting him, you would probably just throw him into a dimension and he'd be gone.
Yeah, no, so here's the, so this needs addressing now because it's gonna be, so I cannot, my magic, Chatrithel, my Eldritch spellbook, does not give me magic that can deal actual damage. Instead, I have a lot of stuff that can, like, restrain enemies, or, like, utility stuff, putting things into, like, sort of stasis, and the way that if I'm going to win any fight, it's going to be not by, like, killing the opponent, but by basically locking them into stasis and then banishing them. Which will just require me to be able to channel a spell for, like, a certain amount of time without them interrupting me. So I'd have to lock them down for long enough to be able to get rid of them, basically. I don't foresee having any difficulty doing that against Finn.
I just imagine he's, like, trying to, like, stop you. You're just, like, holding your book away from him, casting the spell. This guy looks cute. He looks so nice.
I love him. He's great. He's great. He's a cool dude. I just don't think he wins the fight.
I don't think he wins the fight either.
Yeah. Here we can move up to the bracket.
I'll move you.
Yeah.
There you go. You and your gun. I gotta delete your old self.
Oh.
Well, now I deleted both of them. What the McFuck?
Oh, you should just be able to click and drag the image to, like, move it.
Oh, there we go. I don't know why it, like, created a second one.
Oh, maybe I accidentally dragged into it at some point. I don't know.
Weird.
Interview. Okay. Cool. I fucking love Innis with gun. It's just.
It's so good. He's gonna fucking knock your block off.
Yeah. No, look, my magic might not be able to deal damage, but my fucking gun can. But something funny regarding the gun image is that whenever I'm making my schedule graphics, I like to try to change up the art as much as I can between things. But the problem is that I don't have that much art of myself, all things considered. Or like at the very least, not much like finished art that I would like present. And so I'm just making shit posts for my schedules every week. Like this time, it was just the Innis Lurk like profile picture with a fucking Binding of Isaac emote Like the what's it called? Let me find it. It's just Bible Thump, I think is the emote on Twitch, like the default. Yeah, that one. And it was just that photoshopped over top of my face because I played Isaac last week. But yeah. Next up, we have this is one of the people that I voluntold to get in here. Because he's a good friend of ours, and we know enough about his lore to be able to talk about him, even if he didn't provide his stuff. And that's our friend Freydu. You may notice that this slide is empty. It is because I ran out of time.
It do be like that.
Yeah, now I believe you know more about his lore than I do, probably, because you two hang out a bit more often, I think.
Yeah, so his strength would be very, as far as I understand, be very raw because he's a dragon.
Yeah, so
he can become a dragon.
Yeah, because for context, he's a water dragon, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and so any strengths a dragon would have, that he would have. And for defense, if presumably he doesn't necessarily need to be in his dragon form, as far as I understand, because he has wings he can use while in his human form. I imagine when his scales are like fully covering him, they're moderately hard to pierce. Just natural. He has basically natural armor.
Right.
So conventional weaponry, while would probably hurt him, would probably be harder to like actually deal consistent damage, I suppose.
Right.
At least not as much as it should. Utility, which you could really consider this in any of it. But as far as I understand, he has a large amount of control over the ocean and just like water in general, like a waterbender-esque thing.
I would put flight and like amphibious properties in here as well for like being able to breathe underwater and all that.
Yeah. His weakness is a lot of his stuff relies on the fact that he's a water dragon. So if he loses access to water or is pulled out of water, he would be in a bad situation, I imagine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that for this battle, we're gonna be on the coast somewhat.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In a situation where he could be brought out of the water if given the opportunity.
And then his opponent is Ghost, good pal. He he's got this really cool concept. He's like this spectral entity that has this sort of like symbiotic relationship with this like flaming ghost thing. That like green fire is like a separate entity that works with him. And he's got like, demon bone axes, which might actually have magical properties to help get through that scale armor. And he has some level of like telekinesis. He, as a ghost boy, he can phase through objects, and he can also fly. But if you can separate him from his fire ghoul guy, then he's like a lot weaker. So we actually have fire versus water here, which I think is really interesting.
It is. I think. Do you know a little bit more about the symbiotic thing? Like, is the symbiotic thing his fire, or is it something else?
I think it is like a sentient fire creature, from what I understand.
Okay, that is unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I don't know how it. I imagine it wouldn't be great if it gets doused in water, but I don't know if it would just flat out like die, or if it's more like a spectral flame, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, especially because he has so much. It's like, it is literally called voodoo flame.
Yeah, so I'm gonna assume it's like a hellfire type thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume it like in terms of like dealing damage, it is like fire,
Mhm.
but like it is probably resistant to being put out.
Yeah.
Now I imagine Fredu, if put in a advantage scenario, could potentially do something about the partner,
Mhm.
because he would probably be the closest thing to a counter you could get for it. Now they can both fly.
Yeah, so neither of them is going to get straight up locked out of the fight by being outranged.
Yeah. And he can also attack from a range, because he can lift things without touching them.
Yeah, and
Presumably,
even the fire could
that
probably do
also-
something.
Yeah, presumably that also means his weapons, he could just like telekinesis them. So he
Right.
doesn't really even need to get close. So, and based on this, I think they'd both be pretty similar in terms of speed.
hmm
And so something he could, in theory, try to do, and because you mentioned his axes are probably magical, he'd probably be able to pierce the scales. Because, like, dragons are tough, but it's still, like, physical.
Right.
You know? This guy is literally a supernatural being.
Mhm.
So something he might just do is outrange and then just hit him
Yeah.
at a distance.
The only thing I
And
think of is that, like, Fredu does have his own ranged options in the form of, like, water control. It's just a matter of how high can he make the water go if it ends up being a fight in the air.
As far as I understand, he can make, like, tidal waves.
Right, okay. So, because that could be a way to split them up by, like, basically water bending them and, like, physically pulling them away from each other.
Yeah, that's really, like, I think Ghost here has the advantage until Fredu figures out a way to separate them.
Mhm.
Then Fredu just wins. That's what I think.
Yeah, if quite like, because I think it's most likely that this fight ends up being in the air,
Yeah,
and then, but the alternative is that Fredu probably could just try to, like, he could maybe try to camp out in the water, because I don't know if Ghost has a great way to deal with that, because, like, sure, he can still, like, do stuff from range with the axes, but it's going to be a lot more sluggish if it's, like, underwater.
yeah.
And so it's just a matter of, but then it would just be a fucking, like, stalling war. So I don't know if that would, I think Fredu probably can't just camp, at least not forever.
Yeah, Fredu wouldn't be able to beat him. And I think Ghost, on top of that, like, it says he can phase through objects.
Yeah, does that count water?
I'm gonna say yes, that he would just turn incorporeal and then just not have to worry about the water.
Right, yeah.
Like, I don't know, it would stop, like, I don't know why water would, I guess, stop him.
Right, yeah.
From doing that. Which also brings up a thing, whenever he gets attacked, he could just, like, turn incorporeal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably like a reaction time based thing.
Yeah. It probably also isn't, like, instant, I would guess.
Yeah.
I would guess. Like, you can't just flick it on and off.
Right.
But I imagine it's not also, like, super slow. So imagine if Fredo goes under the water, he'd be like, alright, I'm coming down, and he'll just go down, basically.
Oh, hi, Finn. So, I have bad news. So we had so you know how we were talking on Twitter about fighting earlier? We had our round one. I ended up getting pitted against you, and we decided that, you know, your regeneration ability doesn't exactly help against my strategy of just trying to, like, I'm not trying to win by dealing damage. I'm trying to win by stun locking someone until I can banish them. And Mr. Cotton Candy Man doesn't seem to have any way to stop me from doing that. This isn't.
Yeah, you're what?
This isn't full slander.
Your biggest strength, in his, like, he just doesn't deal damage.
You're a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It works out. Also, hello, Fenvion. This is a very, this is very unfortunate timing. Suddenly, both people who lost round one show up into the stream.
Oh no.
Fenvion. So to explain, your situation, you were placed up against Ferretsu, who is basically like a hypermobile assassin type person. And we decided who also has like charm to to have people let their guards down, and combined with your own innate like oh sorry wrong person with your own innate like underestimating like opponent's capabilities, we figured that she would probably just be able to get into melee range and just fucking stab you. And you being a spellcaster plus like ranged person with crossbows probably don't have the best way to deal with an assassin in melee range. Especially if they're getting the jump on you and might just be able to one shot. And yeah. But that said, you're still a very formidable opponent. It's just a very unfortunate matchup. They just hate us. No, Finn, it's not like that. I promise. I said you're both cool. You know what? That checks out. Yeah, thank you. We're trying to be lore accurate here. It's just yeah. And so now we're talking about our friend Fredu.
I wanted Femvion to win, but I was like, I have to be objective.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ferrisu takes this one.
Yeah. Right now we're doing
as for our current matchup.
Yeah. We have Water Dragon Boy Fredu versus our spectral symbiotic duo Ghost. I'm just cotton candy. How am I gonna fight? Yeah, exactly. I
argue that you could like grapple maybe, like because you're sticky, you could like grab onto someone. But then I said just get like a bucket of water and just.
Yeah. The other thing is I don't know how effective grappling would be because like weight class wise, you probably weigh like 10 pounds if you're made of cotton candy. So I don't know if you grabbed onto someone, then I think they could just walk with you. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if your clothing weighs more than you do.
You are a small boy.
I'm teeny. Yeah, we love you for it. You're also like 4'11" in lore. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. Actually, wait, Zanzin, how tall are you?
5'11".
Okay, same here. I wanted to make sure that hold on, wait, actually, let me do a thing real quick. There we go. Okay, we're now height accurate. I had to move you down a bit. My hat was compensating.
Yeah, it does that a lot.
Yeah? Yeah, you want to say something? Bitch! No, hold on. I am... One moment, give me 1 second. Let me fucking show you what for. Where the fuck is it?
Listen, the only other wizard I know too much about is Teo. Big hat too.
Okay. I've shown you what for. There you go.
No!
Yeah, anyway, yeah, God. Oh, God, comparing against our fucking D&D... God, that D&D campaign's characters are on the same power level as the average VTuber, like, lore. It's fucking crazy.
Let's be real. I think they'd beat most VTubers. They're kind of crazy nut.
That's true.
That party is like, I will kill your god.
You underestimate the VTuber lore capability that people give.
I don't know. I think in most cases, the level 21 God Slayer party.
That's probably true. That's probably true, actually. Yeah. God, dude, any individual one of those characters could be a VTuber, and that's all I'm saying. As far as like power level and concept and visual design, we have art for them already. We could PNG tuber D&D party.
A Vanya VTuber, let's go.
Yeah. God.
Just probably get back to the tournament.
Yeah, no, okay. Okay, but now I'm just okay. Hold on, one more diversion before we get back. Now, okay, so for context, Vanya is this paladin cleric character who is incredibly like stoic and like stoic kind of very emotionally cold and just like sociopathic, yeah, and like very uninvested in the affairs of most things in the world. And so I'm just imagining her doing a reaction video and it's just like a blank stare, or like one of those you laugh you lose challenges. Yeah. Oh god. Anyway, god. So
I think Ghost wins this.
I think Ghost wins. Yeah, just like it's a very close battle, and I would love to see it play out. But I think that Ghost pulls it out because of just barely being able to counterplay Freydu's abilities.
Yeah, just a smidgen. I don't think it's like a.
It's not a landslide.
Stomp, but I think he will overall win.
Yeah. That's okay, because Freydu isn't even here. He can't be mad at us for this.
He'll be mad later.
No, it's okay. If he wanted to not be mad, he should have debuted sooner and been here to defend himself. I'll DM him right now. Oh my god. It's okay, I'll just resend him my Valentine's Day card, and I'll be like, love you, baby, and then it'll be okay. Which is something that I never do. That's not a message that I ever type out, unless it's like incredibly sarcastic. Here, wait.
I love you, smooch smooch.
Yeah. I would fucking die. God. Here, let me... Wait, no, that's the wrong person. Ghost makes it to round 2. As an interview. No capture. There we go. Okay, so lastly in round 1, we have our boy Zanzin versus
I don't know who that is.
good friend Pan. So Zanzin, would you like to explain who you are or what you do?
So I think the question here is this me from like Lore Peak, or is this like now?
I'm gonna say now. I'm gonna post lore video, like current
Okay.
you.
All right. So it's kind of a similar situation with Freydu, in that if I'm in my like big snake form, it's just like a lot of raw power, like just like knock over a building raw power.
Right.
I'm big. Also, and of course utility would be flight. In terms of other things, if I don't want to expend a whole bunch of energy, I could stay in my like human form like I am now, and use like wind for both defense or offense, like cutting wind or wind to blow things away. I would also have some level of control over like weather, so that would include like stuff like lightning and like fire as well, because I once was like the sun god and all that.
Right.
So just lots of, I guess, like you could say elemental based attacks and like defenses in my human form, and in my like big snake form, not that I can't use those, but just that like
You're a big snake, why would you?
I'm big flying snake.
Yeah.
And unlike a dragon, I don't have like breath weapons or anything, but I have more like elemental like control over like weather and just stuff like that. The big weakness, I would say, is that if you can outlast me, I'm gonna run out of energy.
Right.
Because the whole thing with my lore is that I'm basically running on fumes, like from leftover or dead like gods, that gave me their power to like keep living. Like I'm running on fumes, so I've only got so much.
Right.
And if I get outlasted, I'm gonna run out, and I'm not gonna be able to like maintain my energy and my form. And I'm either gonna be like, if you can outlast me, I'm just gonna have no way to fight back.
Right.
But like, if you get taken out like very quickly, then very unfortunate.
You're a rushdown fighter, yeah.
Pretty much.
Now, I might have to agree with Finn here. I think this is going to be a Pan sweep. So your opponent is a computer virus. Your opponent... So Pan, Pan the elusive twin-tailed cyber cat, is a cat.
Okay.
They are elusive. She like exists in computers or something. I'm not entirely sure actually. And she is a cat. And if you can unplug the internet, she dies.
So,
I think this is a pretty clear winner for Pan. I think that she hard sweeps this.
Here's my scenario, right? She
Mhm.
pops up as like a virus on my computer while I'm streaming.
Uh-huh.
I go, oh shit, and I unplug the computer.
Here's the thing. Have you talked about your like occupation at all on stream?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're an IT like person.
In lore, I work at IT, and in real, like I work at IT.
Right. Okay.
That's like my day job to make money.
Okay. Yeah. So I like. Not only is this already a very unfortunate matchup of Cat Girl versus Snake God, but also it's Snake God who knows.
Yeah. Versus Pan. Like, that would have been so more interesting.
I just scattered. That's true. God, we'll do the grudge match afterwards of Pan versus Finn. God, but I tried to. I did it mostly randomly, but I also like kind of seeded it a little bit to like have more interesting finals. What do you mean? No, usually when you're seeding, you put like the strongest people against the weakest people at the start, so that by the end you are more likely to have a finals of the two strongest people.
Oh, cause you want the strongest to not get knocked out immediately. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
So, anyway, yeah. Not only is this a small cat girl who is against a snake god, but it's against a snake god who can also do IT, and she is like a computer entity. So, by his judges, I'm sorry, Finn. In my heart of hearts, I want Pan to win, but also, like, I cannot justify it in this case. So she's going to have to go to the fucking... she's gonna have to go to the Shadow Realm. Let me, bonk. There we go. Okay. Also, Zanzin is pretty quiet, FYI. Oh, here, let me, 1 second. Filters, gain, and we're just gonna boost him up by like 4 decibels. How's that sound? Wait, was that 4 or 40? Hold on. That could be really bad if that was... Wait, hold on. Filters... Okay, no, that was 4. Okay, good. I don't think it lets me bring up 40. Okay.
I was about to say something, and I was like, I probably shouldn't say anything about 40.
Yeah, that would be fucking bad. Everyone's ears just... Like, I love your voice, buddy, but I don't think I love it at 40 times decibels.
Yeah.
Okay, Finn, is that any better? Okay, cool. Thank you. So... We are now at round 2. So we're at the semifinals. Thanks, man. Save that for if we end up fighting each other and if you beat me. I might be able to... Oh, I wonder if I could set that up to put that on you if at some point. Oh, I'll have to see if I can figure that out on the fly. Because it's a Live 2D asset that I use. Anyway, so, round 2. We have Ferretsu, the blinking knife girl, who also sometimes has a gun, versus me, the wizard boy who just tries to get something to sit still for long enough to be banished. Now, I will say, I have one advantage going for me here, like one major thing, and that's that I am dense as fuck. So the charm will have no effect on me.
True.
I am like anime protag levels of dense.
the real question here is, I know you have to like lock someone down
Uh-huh.
or like banish them.
And they have teleportation.
Are you capable of stopping the teleportation?
That's
Like, not even just like getting the banishing going. Are
Mhm.
you capable of stopping the teleportation and also getting them to, like, because charm also doesn't necessarily just mean like flirting. Like, they could convince you that it's
Right.
okay to let them out potentially.
Yeah, the only other reason I would say I'd be resistant against that is that I am familiar with making dark pacts like the one that I made with my spell book. So I've learned to notice like sweet talk and stuff like that. As like I am very much like I feel like I'm not like I'm dense in the sense of like not knowing when someone's trying to flirt with me, but I'm not dense as far as like
God damn it, Finn.
goddamn Finn. Ferretsu posted at some point. She was like,
Finn loses to the charm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ferretsu actually posted. She said basically like, "I'm sorry for this image. It's the least lewd image of myself that I have." And I'm just like, you know what? You go, girl. Like.
Howard to you.
Hoping for Ferretsu to win. The only way for my pride to heal is to know that I lost to the strongest. That's valid. I understand that urge. So here's the thing. The way that I would say the teleportation thing is, I would think of it in the same way of D&D, where it's like possible to escape it. It's just like it's a test of will, and like it's like a chance thing of like it might take a try or two to teleport out, but it is possible. But it's not like just, you know, as easy as being like, oop, I'm out of your cage.
Yeah. My question to you is, like, your physical body, you're just like a dude, right?
Yeah, I am just a guy. I am just a college student.
If she gets a single stab or shot off, you just kind of die.
Yeah. It would be an uphill battle for me at the very least.
I think, like, even if you somehow like manage to like lock her down, it takes so much time for, like, her whole point is bursting down or like poking.
Yeah.
And all she needs is one hit to take you out.
Yeah, I have arcane barriers. I could do some like Doctor Strange nonsense with my portals to like redirect attacks or whatnot.
Sam's looking at.
Yeah, but like fucking like, if I get stabbed or shot, I am just a fucking college student. So like, I
don't think you win this.
I think it's like kind of close. It's either I lose instantly or I very slowly win. And the other thing is that I don't know what the limitations of Ferretsu's teleport is, because I don't know how, like, I assume that it gets tiring to repeat it after a certain amount of time, because that's how those sorts of abilities tend to work. But that said,
my assumption is you need something to lock her down, and if you're unable to do that, you're kind of boned.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would need to lock her down enough times that, like, or like protect myself.
Keep her off of you.
Yeah, I need to play keep away for long enough for her to tire herself out, and then I would be able to do the thing. But yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Like, you're not dealing any damage to her, so the only like exhaustion she'd be feeling is from anything she's doing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the main weaknesses.
She can get tired a lot slower. So if you were able to lock her down somehow, you could maybe win. But if the question is who's more likely to win,
it's Ferretsu. Yeah, and the other thing, Ferretsu's weakness is that she is a glass cannon, in that she has no proper defenses. I have no offenses. Yeah, so
no offenses. So her weakness doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like
basically.
Yeah, so okay, we're gonna give this one to Ferretsu. Fenvion wins.
Fenvion wins.
God.
Fenvion's the true winner.
No, Fenvion versus Fenvion would be interesting. Actually, it'd be like mage, like full caster versus half caster, is how I'd imagine it. It'd just be casting shield a bunch, and then just trying to stop that. If both of us having magical barriers, it's just only one of us is trying to. It'd just be wizard duels, except one of them has a crossbow. Here, let me.
I think Fairtsu keeps her going.
Yeah, Fairtsu gets to the finals. Let me... What? There we go. Now, other semifinals. Ghost versus Zanzin. So, Ghost, again, has his magical fire, the, like, demonic axes, and telekinesis, as well as, like, ghostly movement, being able to phase through objects and fly. Oh, thank you, Fenbion. You did the honors. I have officially been killed. Yeah, so, and then the weakness is that if you can split them up, then they're a bit weaker, splitting up the fire guy from the ghoul ghost entity. That said, I think, Zanzin, I think you have a better shot of doing that than Freydu did, because Freydu's way of doing that was with controlling water, which seems inherently more sluggish than controlling wind. Like, I think you'd be more capable of splitting them up with your magic, because, you know, sure, he would still be able to ghost walk through that stuff, but, like, he'd have to become corporeal at some point, and I feel like your ability to do that with wind is able to more quickly react than Freydu's ability to do it with water.
Yeah, I also do have control over fire as well.
Right.
So if... I don't think fire attacks themselves would be particularly effective.
Correct, yeah. I don't think you'd be able to straight up manipulate the ghost flame, because they're very much like a symbiotic pair. Like, I think their relation is too strong to break for you to break that bond. But you probably wouldn't take... Protected. You're a sun... You were/are a sun god, so, like... burns probably aren't that big a deal.
Yeah. Something to also consider is if we're both in the air, I could push him away with wind and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In terms of...
You could probably mess up his flight.
Yeah, and if he tries to, like, take an object and throw it at me, I could just push it away.
Yeah. I think you also have... You probably have way more aerial maneuverability than him.
Yes. I would say so.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is how the... Like, I'm wondering how, like... I don't know how deities work as in relation to, like, unholy creatures in your lore. But, like, you know, demon bone axes and, like, undead stuff, I don't know how... If you would have a special affinity or weakness to those.
Probably neither which way. It
okay.
would just be, like... It's kind of like D&D, where it's, like, if it's magic, it can deal damage.
Right, okay. Yeah, I think...
That's how I kind of thought about it with Freydu. Like, instead of him being resistant,
right.
it's just, like, taking damage.
I think,
like...
This matchup is very similar to the Freydu one, but I think you have the edge here.
I think the scenario that he might try to do is, like, if I turn into my snake form, he might just be, like, peace and, hide.
Right.
Until I run out of energy. But I'm not necessarily limited to how many times I can and cannot transform. It's more like a... battery that I'm pulling from when I'm transforming.
Right. And plus, I think you still have your elemental control stuff as a humanoid, and that's your main way that you're handling the fight. The being a giant snake thing is just kind of a plus at that point, I think. So I think you probably win this one. Again, very it's like, I think it's the same level of closeness as Ghost versus Freydu. It's just that this time you have the edge.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a scenario where Ghost can outlast me and then just beat me.
Yeah.
I just think my defense, compared to, like, Freydu, my defenses are a little bit better against his fire and, like, throwing stuff at me.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that as long as he's incorporeal, he can't attack. So it would just be like he could maybe like it'd probably like how you described, like as soon as you turn to big snake form, he just says, "All right, peace," and then like waits for you to turn back. So it'd be your humanoid form versus him.
Yeah.
Well, I guess them in this case because two of them.
The only way I'd really be able to use my snake form is if I caught him out or something.
Yeah.
That'd be like really the only way, I think. Because if I use it, then he'll just like peace basically.
Yeah, and I think you would be able to split them up well enough with wind power. So yeah, I think we're gonna give this one to you.
Okay.
Now the question is, are you susceptible to hot people?
If my streams have said anything, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am. I played quite a bit of Genshin, and I'm pretty susceptible, I'd say.
Fair enough. Okay. Here, let me window capture. So we are at the finals of Ferretsu versus Zanzin. Sorry, Zan, but I hope you lose. That understandable. I get that. I get the impulse. So she is hot. You're not wrong. So, this is interesting. My initial impression is that you have the edge because her weapons are physical and might be able to just be like wind deflected. But teleportation is a very, very good skill. Like,
Yeah.
instant transmission is a good way to bypass like movement barriers.
Yeah, I think what would probably happen is that I would be able to get some attacks off me, but she's definitely gonna like get some hits in. Like, I think it is inevitable she's gonna get in and hit me with things.
Yeah, but I think
even if I'm resistant to them, she's still gonna like. The question is, could she like wear me down? Because the longer I go, like if I don't beat her really quickly, she's gonna get more and more of an edge as the fight goes on.
Yeah, so far I think the way that this works out is so far both of you, rather Ferretsu has been like trying to like go for clean, quick kills. The way that we've been describing it, sort of like assassin harass. But like, the thing is, I think it'd be hard for her to do a sort of harasser style, like poking, weaving in and out against you, because the poke might just not be efficient enough with just like knives, right? Like I can't imagine Ferret Girl trying to stab Giant Snake being like super effective.
Yeah, we are assuming I'm in my giant snake form at this point, because if I'm in my normal form, I'm perfectly susceptible to getting shot in the face.
Right, yeah. But like if because your main weakness is that you can be outlasted in a fight, but if you're both trying to just rush each other down, I think you win 100-0. Cuz giant elementalist snake versus ferret girl with gun, right? Like
yeah.
Like you're described as being able to like crash through buildings, and I don't know how long range her teleportation is, but I'm gonna assume like the further the distance, the longer it probably takes to do, and it might just be infeasible to dodge some of your larger attacks with that.
Ferrets eat snakes. True.
That is true. Well, actually, no. I think you're thinking of ferrets do as well. I think I was thinking like mongoose. Because I know, like, the mongoose is, like, a venom-resistant thing that hunts killer snakes. Also adds BRB. Oh, yeah, rip. Not during the grand finals, fuck!
No.
God. This is...
I think... she has no proper defenses.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
I think that she's selling herself short on is that teleportation is a defense.
Yeah.
Like
I think the no proper defense is more saying like, yeah, dodge tank, no like actual armor. Yeah.
If she gets hit, it's like fuck.
Right.
Something. I'm just thinking of scenarios of like, because there's no way she would be able to like one shot me. That's just not gonna happen.
Right.
I don't think. I think because in these scenarios we're assuming that she. I'm gonna get let's give her the advantage here and say that she is able to successfully charm me right near the start.
Right. So like she gets the first shot or whatever, or like the first initial thing.
Like, she'll get like a shot or hit off on me, and I'll be like, "Fuck."
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably how it would go down.
Right.
At that point, I would probably be I would probably see how bad I'm injured, and transform or something like that.
Right.
At that point, the question kind of becomes, does she wear me down or do I hit her?
Right. I'm leaning towards you're probably able to get at least one hit in before you're succumb to your like energy loss, because like I think you have enough ways to manipulate positioning. Like, let's say they try to teleport out of the ways of something, but you have like you can probably zone control to limit the areas that they can safely teleport to. Like you know, if you surround someone with like a tornado, and then you're and you like are about to hit someone in the center of it, it's not like she's gonna want to teleport to the edge of the tornado, right? Like,
I'm thinking maybe she would just like teleport through it if she knew there was a safe spot.
Yeah, I guess it comes into the question of like how fast is the teleport and how far can it go.
Yeah,
my like gauge for this is I'm thinking Misty Step as the best comparison.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking like a Misty Step, like it gets you out of certain things, and you know it can go a decent like way, but not like super far.
Mm-hmm.
I think by the end of it, I think you are right. I would probably come out on top.
Yeah,
but I think it's not as clear cut. I think I would by the end be
very tired,
close to like very tired, very spent.
Especially because you're starting out getting like shot or stabbed, so you're already at a bit of an energy deficit.
I would be starting like I'm treating it as basically like half health.
Mm-hmm.
Like she'd just shank me or shoot me somewhere, and I'd be like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to go in the defensive.
Then I think she can teleport to like China. I mean, maybe, but I think if you're gonna do that, it might take a few minutes to like channel. If she can do it instantly, then I'm jealous because I wish I could do that. I have to like spend a whole fucking ritual just to get to my front door, which is in the fucking Astral Sea. But yeah, I think you do have the slight edge. It would be a close fight, and it would be fucking badass to watch. It
would be the coolest fucking thing.
Like super agile, like I'm thinking like Attack on Titan style, yeah.
Yeah, big snake fucking bursting through buildings. She's jumping all over the place, just like taking like little stabs and pot shots at me. And I'm like deflecting some of them, and some of them are not, and it's just like, oh no.
Hold on, Finn makes a valid point. Hotties can teleport anywhere instantly, obviously.
I've lost. It's all over.
L ratio even.
L plus ratio.
God.
Honestly.
I
feel bad saying it's me.
Yeah, I feel bad like having putting one of the hosts at the as the winner of the tournament, but being objective here, I think Sky Dragon Boy is gonna have to. Oh, oops! Oh no! We're hold on! Oh god! You can see Zanzin's Google profile picture.
No.
Here we'll do. This goes here, and this you can be here, and we're gonna make a.
Honestly. I was convinced going into the ghost fight that I lose, and you convinced me that that was not the case.
Yeah, I realized that you and Fredu were probably in mostly similar situations against him, like as far as your defensive capabilities, like offensive defensive stuff. But the main differential is the way that you're defending yourself. I think you can do it faster than Fredu can, and that agility is probably just barely enough to eke out the edge. No, my ego has been shattered by his judges. No, Fenbion, it's okay. Losing to second place is really fucking good. Yeah. Let's see. Now, okay. First of all, I need to. I'm gonna get. Let me just. You know, I'm not gonna get an actual image. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's get polyline, and we're gonna do.
What's polyline?
It's here. Wait. It's the like. It's a shape tool in Google Sheets.
Oh. Oh my god! Are you giving me like the Kingdom Hearts crown?
It's just. I don't know if it's the Kingdom Hearts crown, but there you go. Congratulations, you win.
Yay! I won. I'm like by the end of this, I'm like, why do people keep attacking me?
God. Yeah, dude, I can't believe that my job is to deal with like extraplanar entities, and I lose to a hot ferret. but then again, that hot ferret almost killed a god, so like teleportation is a hell of an ability, especially on like an assassin.
Makes you, like, yeah, teleportation makes you so much stronger. Like, by all means, aside from teleportation, she's just a like real. She's like John Wick, basically.
Right.
She's just John Wick. She's John Wick with teleportation. That's a terrifying concept.
Right? Yeah. Like, God, the. So here's what something interesting I think we do. I'm getting very high production value. I'm gonna copy paste this slide, and we're just gonna let me zoom in on this a little bit closer to. Oh nope, that's my layout, not the image. Let's zoom in a bit. Okay, here you go. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take everyone and rank them by what I think we can rank them by their power level from like strongest to weakest, like to see like outside of the tournament layout who would win in like the general situation. So I think, you know, by the nature of the tournament, I think you being Snake God Boy, why is there two of you? You being Snake God Boy probably puts you up top.
Oh, after, yeah, we should totally rank by cute.
Rank by cute. Yeah, we can do some other tier lists with these. Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna put, actually, yeah, let's do this tier list style. I'm not gonna open up tier maker because why do you keep duplicating? I'm not gonna open up tier maker because of I don't have these images saved, so I'd have to like download them to upload them. But so we're gonna do here. We're gonna continue the trend of this being an incredibly scuffed setup. So we're gonna do let's see, size 36. Sure, okay. S A B C D. Okay, so we're gonna start out with power level. We're gonna put you, Ferret, and Ghost in S, I think.
Yeah. I think that tracks.
Then we put Fredu in A, I think, just on his own.
Yeah. He gets his own little tier.
Me and Fenvion probably both go in B together as the wizard duo.
I agree.
Now the question is,
D.
Okay, but who wins between these two?
That's a good question.
Right? It's so the way I see it is that Pan has so being a cat person, you own a cat, or you live with a cat. I don't know who owns who in the relationship with you and the cat.
Depends on the day.
Yeah. So I assume that you know the power of cat claws and whatnot. Yay, being part of my ego has been restored. Can cats eat cotton candy and not die? That's a good question. The only thing I was thinking is, yeah, because like,
all right, Google.
I think Pan is more girl than cat, but she is also a computer entity, so I'm not sure how fighting in the physical world works for her.
Google says sugar is bad for cats.
Okay. The other thing I'm thinking is that maybe with your stickiness, you could just gunk up her computer enough that it just becomes unusable. And just like,
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think Candyman wins this.
I think Finn wins this. I'm sorry, Pan, but
I mean, I think he pulls the plug or he gunks it up. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just don't know what she would do. I mean, hell, if she even has a way to attack him, sugar's bad for her.
Right, exactly. She could also just dump water on you. Yeah, but cats hate water. And she's also in a computer. I don't think she wants to be in water either. I think you're both very weak to water.
Yeah, I think she probably would not mess with the water. I think she loses, honestly.
right, we're gonna put 72
Your
font.
weakness being unplugged to the internet is very unfortunate.
There we go. Well, I'm not gonna bother fixing the sizing on that. Okay.
That's the most stuff that I've ever seen.
Now we're gonna do there we go. So okay, let's move everyone off to the side. And let's start ranking by cuteness. So going in order. I think we're gonna have to give Zanza, I think you're gonna have to go S tier, I think.
S?
Yeah, and then let's see. Yeah, you're a cute boy.
S and cute?
I described you as pretty anime boy that I brought with me. So yeah. Fenvion.
I'm feeling kind of like
not Fenvion.
I'm feeling kind of like an A today.
No. You're amazing, King. I think
Fenvion, we need an unbiased opinion.
Ferretsu goes up in S. Charm is literally part of her thing, and she's also very cute. Ghost has a cute relationship with his fire pet, also goes in S.
Yeah. Now hold on. Wait, what's going on here?
He does look good in a dress. I have not seen this.
Don't worry about it.
No, I am gonna worry about that. Yeah, I still have. Oh god, I remember a while ago on Twitter, you tagged me in one of those things where it's like your third at has to wear this, and it was some like corset type thing.
Yeah. I said I'm sorry.
I still haven't drawn that, but one day. You've drawn him in a dress. Can you send that to me? Can you like? Here, you won't be able to link it in the chat, but I have a. You could like at our art tags or something like that, or the Discord down below if you wanna like drop it in there. But yeah, or even just under my going live tweet, that would work as well. Fenvion, very cute outfit. Goes in S. My gun is threatening me, so I'm gonna put myself in S. Also, just look at that. He's got a little. I've got the little blush marks. It's amazing. Pink pastel, cute out of 10.
Easy S.
Pan, cat girl, automatically cute. And then Fredu. Sorry, no, I was just kidding. DT. No.
Sorry, F tier.
Yeah, no. No, wait. Oh, wait. No. Wait. No. Wait. I got this. Hold on. Wait. Let me get him. There we go. Okay.
I'll get it for you.
No, wait. No. F. And then, oh yeah, I need to. No, wait. Send to back. Order. There.
Make sure to send that to Fredo. He's gotta know.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the cuteness tier list. I'm gonna fix that. No, there we go. And then, let's see. What else can we do here while we're here?
I have sent it to you.
You sent it to me? You sent what?
I've sent it to you.
Oh, the dress? Yo, with the little like the veil type thing. Like I forget. I don't know what those are called though. Like with the flower on that. Hold on. Wait. We're gonna the stream gets to see this. Here, it gets its own slide. There you go. Cutie, let's go.
Why have you done this? Why have you done this to me?
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
It had to be done. You've given me this power.
Oh no.
Oh, I know one to go with.
Click the ad tail.
We're gonna rank by most complex lore.
There we go. Is S like complex? Or
yeah, S is complex.
The worst you are?
Yeah, okay. S is the most complex. Like, so I'm gonna say F or no, D is. I'm gonna put Pan goes in D. She literally said that she has no lore. Yeah, like is a cat.
Yeah, said she had no lore. Do be like that.
And then S, I'm gonna put at like FNAF tier lore.
I know Femvion. It's very old.
I did say I was gonna draw you an address, Zan. God. So let's see.
Not my cities.
Complex lore. I don't know what Ferretsu's lore is. I'm gonna put her at B by default. I'm gonna assume, given the teleporting and the like, there was some implications in her power set thing. With the some iterations prefer guns, that implies that she has like clones of herself or something, which I think is interesting. So that actually might go to A tier. That one word choice.
I say give it to A.
Yeah, that one choice of word raises so many questions to me, and I don't have the answers to them. So that goes to A. Fenvion goes to Finn goes to D. That checks out. You're a but how'd you become a cotton candy boy? Is that question answered, or is that just a premise that is accepted?
I think Finn's C because he's better than has no lore, because he has lore. He's a cotton candy dude, and he's sweet.
That's true. He is a cotton candy guy. But I'd say that'd be the same situation as Pan. I think they both have equally complex lore, which is, this is who I am, and that is it. Like, I think that's how it goes. I'm gonna put, let's see. Ghost, I'm gonna put in S, because he has, like, other than just himself and the symbiotic flame, he has some other characters that he uses for, like, emotes and, like, alternate, like, avatar type stuff, I think. So
he's got a lot going on.
He's got a whole cinematic universe going on. It's fucking awesome.
Cotton Candy King and Cotton Candy... See, he has lore. Put it in C.
I am the Cotton Candy Prince, Cotton Candy King, Cotton Candy... Yep, nope, that's more than Pan has. Yep, you're at C. You're at C. Do you want me to explain your lore? Give me the short version, Fenvion. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna put myself at... Here's the thing. As far as released lore, I'd be like a B or an A. Lore that I know exists but I haven't released yet, I'm in S.
I say let's go with released.
Yeah, I'm gonna put myself at A at that point, because there's a lot of mystery in my lore regarding the nature of my pact with Chatrithel, and what Chatrithel even is. So I'm gonna put that at A. I also did have like secrets and Easter eggs, or like at least some secrets and Easter eggs in my debut slides. No one has picked up on them yet. Someone might have to go back on the VODs and find some slightly hidden lore. But
I didn't even know there was Easter eggs.
Yeah, no, it's like very minor stuff, but yeah, just like little fun nods to some other, like, some inspirations and whatnot. But yeah, like the name of the college that my wizard school is in there, hidden somehow, which is fun. Zanzin, I have to admit something, and this might make me a bad friend. I don't know if I've watched your lore video.
How fucking dare you?
I think I showed up late to your debut, and I didn't go through the VOD afterwards for the lore. So...
I mean, if it were my opinion, it's all out there. It's like a 7-minute lore video that spans like several pages.
Mm-hmm.
That like details an entire like birth and death of a civilization.
Yeah, so... that's gonna go S.
Yeah.
Freydu's lore is unreleased at the moment. B tier by default.
B because he has some, but B for also bad.
Not debut. No. B for has not debuted yet. And I was waiting on Fenvion to give us the lore spiel, and the fact that you've been typing this for the past 2 minutes gets me excited.
I'm ready to read a book.
I am a lore addict. Looking back through my debut slides, I one of my top things as things that I like was lore. God. Did I'm kind of tempted to try out the FNAF games at some point on the topic of complex lore.
Unironically good.
Yeah, I think I'd enjoy the gameplay of just like the frantically doing stuff.
Except for the second one.
Yeah, as long as I'm able to separate myself from like the jump scare aspect. Like if I feel like I'm able to be desensitized to that after how much of the games I've watched. The thing is though, I know how the games work to some extent. Like for the first 2 games, and like possibly even the third, I know how they work on like a literal code standpoint. Like,
did you watch Tech Rules?
Yeah, that and like other analysis, like for challenge videos and whatnot.
I watched that video like twice before playing the first game, and I was just like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
I think I know how the AI works.
That's okay because I already play games and analyze them for like game design and talking about how they work, so it works out.
And spoilers: if you know how the AI works for the first one, you can get a pretty good idea how it works for the other 5.
Yep. Yeah. So let's see. Fenvion, let's go. We got the lore drop. All right, made a deal with a god or demon to become a shapeshifter in exchange for my name and original body. Ooh, that's like a Fey bargain with the like taking your true name type thing. Had some save the world adventures for a few years. Got homesick. Found out I was dead in my old world. Ooh, that's interesting. Made another deal to go to a similar world in exchange for having to have the purple claws. Ooh, okay. That's S.
Yeah, put that bad boy in S.
Yeah. God, I'm excited to show off my full lore at some point. I don't think anyone... you and Fredu might know. You specifically, I think, know most of my lore.
I know a lot more than other people.
Yeah, and there's like a couple things that I've like brought up in passing to you and Fredu when like doing some like art stuff that I still haven't released, but it's gonna go hard. What I want to do at some point is try to do like a full-on like some sort of like almost ARG like project, or like doing lore through like a hidden, like having a lore stream thing, maybe as like an anniversary or celebration thing, but then having some external stuff that has to be gone through, like stories or whatnot to get the full picture or whatever. I have some interesting ideas for that. But I haven't started working on it, so that's an idea for the distant future. For now, you just get leaks of my lore while I talk about things in games.
Yeah, I'm like waiting until I'm out of college to like full send some stuff.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, well, I think that's about everything, and that this conveniently gives me 4 images that I can post to Twitter in one post.
Hey.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna fix the power level thing. It's the only one that's not been fixed. There we go. Okay. I find it's funny how the power level and lore complexity ones are like fairly similar. But yeah, there's a chance that these two are even higher or lower, but it's just that lack of information. I have to make guesses on the lore complexity.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's everything. Thank you everyone who popped in, and to everyone who posted something to reply to that tweet to participate. It was a super fun time getting to look at what you guys are all capable. Bitch. Okay. It was super fun time to look at what you guys all are capable of canonically, and to find the strongest person in like a death battle type format. So yeah, I think it is funny how I technically outplaced people who are stronger at like, I guess I outplaced Fredu, who is technically probably stronger than me. I don't know who would win it. That's a conversation for another time. That's a conversation for when he debuts, of whether I could beat him in a fight. Anyway,
my answer is it's close.
Yeah, I think it's close. So that said, let's find someone to go raid, I guess. and make sure to follow my boy Zanzin. Let me do shout out.
I can look through my massive list of people.
Kazilok. Yeah, make sure we follow Snake Boy. He's very good. He's very cool. He's the winner of this tournament. And yeah, the other thing, what was it? The follow the Twitter. Actually, most of you guys probably already are following the Twitter because that's how you knew about the tournament thing in the first place. But check out the Discord as well, because I post announcements there sometimes, or come up with ideas. Like this was an idea I popped into the Discord like a month or two ago before I actually started it. And yeah, and do the same for Zanzan as well. He's a good friend of mine. And for all the other creators who popped in for the, or who like donated their personas for this. But yeah, let's find someone to raid. What's missing? Why?
No, I don't know.
Nothing?
Nothing's missing.
Nothing? Okay. Okay.
I sent you a person.
Ooh, okay.
If you wish to rate this person.
Let me here, wait. I'm gonna kidnap you for a second.
Oh.
Hold on. There we go. I had to drag you to another screen. Oh, your torso. You're gonna be very short here. Your torso is. Yeah. No, it's okay. Here, I'll just here's what I'll do. You can be No. I got this. Hold on. Wait. Give me a second. Because you reside in space, right? Let me drag. I dragged you too far down. Where'd you go? Oh, I dragged you into a folder that was hidden. That's what happened. Okay. I dragged you into my karaoke songs folder. There we go. Alright, look, your loading screen stuff like that is space. You can handle some time outside. Now that's a missing ping if I've ever seen it. Yeah, let me open up her stream, and maybe just make sure that she's not like ending right now and all that. Yo, I love walls. I have 2 of them in the background right now. Ooh. Oh, I love the way that she has her like the drawing tablet asset, like the hand. That's sick as hell. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're gonna raid this person. I love artists. We love artists. We love I wonder if they made their own model. Did they? Hold on. Yeah, okay, let's go, fellow self-made model person. Okay, we're gonna say hi to Super Famukon. Is that how it's? Yeah. She's currently making a cool cathedral art piece. So yeah, we're go say hi. We're gonna here, we can use my raid message, I guess, which I still don't have a command for, but it's just hats off to you, and then the default Twitch hat emote. I cut like once or twice or whatever. And then boom, done. There you go. There's your raid message. All right. Thank you again, Zanzin, for coming along with me to do this. And thank you everyone for watching. And I hope you all had a good time. Let's go say hi to super cool artist person. Bye bye.